The point of this video is to give updates on what we've been doing throughout the week and just to fill people in on the next section of development, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that I did this week was reworking the skeleton boss a bit to kind of be more thematic. I think that having the bosses be at least makes sense. Initially we were testing out the boss, the fog creeping in when you went into the room, and I don't think this makes sense for a skeleton.
What kind of boss it works better for? I think you were saying a vampire.
A ghost, literally anything, I think.
Yeah.
But for the skeleton at least, it just throws bones at you now and spawns skeleton minions, which it could already do, but I've made it a little more visual so you can see what's going on. Just to kind of get an idea of what the bosses might be. I don't know if it needs maybe more. My initial thought, it felt like an elite rather than a boss.
Yeah. I think your thoughts might be a bit skewed based on the fact that we can do 22 damage per turn right now. I think if it's able to spawn 2 rounds of minions plus the throwing bones at you, I think it'll be pretty tough.
Yeah, the whole kind of week it's been leading to, I've been wanting to do a few runs of just like normal health, normal things, but I've always been in the middle of something that kind of is like, well, this is going to change it completely, so I need to finish this little bit, and it keeps getting pushed back, but
yeah,
I'm essentially at a point where I can start doing that now. The other thing I worked on was the coins, so now you can kill enemies and they drop a bunch of coins. There's this now shop over here.
Yeah.
The shop is just, it's just a visual, but it is the beginning of being able to, what you're working on this week. You've been working on the dice editing, but the shop at least has the functionality so you can step on it. The back end is there to open up a shop, but there's no shops yet. As well as these trapdoors, which you can step on now and it'll call a little function saying you don't have a key picked up. Whereas if you did have a key, it's ready to load the next level. I also did just briefly, the bases are slightly updated on the texture. Again, not perfect, but it's a start, just to test it out. I think that's the majority of what I actually worked on. Oh, the other thing I worked on was adding this class ability now. So we're playing around with ideas of the awareness, the dungeon awareness. When that hits 0, things get bad. Dungeon gets a lot harder. But now you can sacrifice 5 awareness.
Yeah.
And in return get a throwing knife. These have literally unlimited range. Maybe? Yep, they do. If we go to the Brawler class, Brawler now has this brace, which if I add a couple too, so it's got 3 in there right now. If I add that, it gives you 3 temporary HP.
Does the temp HP like disappear?
Yeah, so at the start of your next turn, resets back down to 10. Okay. So it's just like a 1 turn, you go tank the damage, and then starts again. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did. So my plan for next week is, I think we're mostly trying to work towards getting a playtest going, because we need people to test this and give us feedback. Getting people playtesting our game soon will be good. So just little things like clean up the HUD a little bit to make the HUD a little nicer. I'm not too happy with this. But again, visual stuff is kind of less of a priority. Hey, I'm jumping in right at the end here. The video kind of ends abruptly, but we were kind of planning on having one long form video, and we decided to cut it up into 2 separate ones because what we will be talking about in the next video wasn't quite finished when we filmed this first half. So, we figured it's better to finish it and then talk about it. So that video should come pretty soon. I just want to say thank you for everyone who's been providing feedback. It's been really helpful. If you also want to provide some feedback, we have the Discord link in the description below. That's definitely the easiest way to get in contact with us. We'll also be posting a playtest pretty soon. We're going to be working on getting the game into a state that's a little nicer for people to playtest, just so we can start getting feedback on some of the features that we've already got in the game. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, see you around.